Did you ever wonder when a free-to-play can unlock their 8th inscription shard and therefore buy their first legendary inscription? Well, stick around in this video to find out that and many more um, answers and questions about inscriptions and about the armament system, because I will answer all of them, because there is a bunch of things about armaments that people just don't know, and a bunch of strategies that for sure free-to-players and spenders as well should use. Okay, as you have seen, I just bought the legendary inscription Invincible, which is now my 3rd legendary inscription on this March, and I also have a blue one. So I know that many spenders are jealous of me. I mean, this set is better than most spender sets, objectively, right? So how did I do it? Because yeah, big part is luck, but you can also manage a couple things and to improve the chances of you getting a better set, right? I have these 3 inscriptions and this set is just awesome. Also for rally and garrison leads, it's perfect. As you can see, I'm gonna reset this one next if I get the blue crystal, because 1.7 defense is pretty low, and even afterwards I could try and get a higher health or an all damage stat in there. Perhaps even the attack if I still have transmutation chances left. But 1.7 I didn't lock it, but 2.5 and above I lock it. That's the best strategy you can do. The other inscription here, destructive. I know destructive isn't the best, okay, but that's not the topic we're going to talk about this video. But 1.7 attack, don't lock it, you can always get higher. And I will do all the calculations later on in the video and show you everything, the percentage chance that you get an improvement on this. As you can see, unlike the flag, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different things that you could get, and here there's like 6, 7 different things that you can get, while in the top 2, so the scroll and the instrument, you only have like 6. So not all the 4 armaments are actually the same. They don't have the same odds, they have different stats, as you might already know, because like at the bottom 2 armaments, there you got the march speed stats. The top 2, so the instrument and the scroll, I think you don't have march speed in there. So that means the less stuff you have that you could get, the better the odds are for your stats that you want, the infantry or infantry attack or like all damage. So those are the best ones to transmute are the scroll and the instrument, because the odds for success are the highest there, and I will prove that in a minute. Lilith has some data on their website. It's at the top here. That's the website, and you can find it, and you can see the probabilities for what you can get, like 2 inscription, 1 inscription, legendary inscription, rare inscription, and on which type, so a flag, emblem, instrument, etc. It's a bit hard to see there, so I did it in my own document. You also got slot overview there. So for the scroll, for example, there's a 17% chance for infantry, archer, cav attack, then a 17% chance for siege attack, and 32% chance for gold gathering speed, which you don't want. That's the reason why you get all the gold, the trash stuff. Slot 2, same story. Slot 3, pretty much the same story, but with the addition of damage to barbarians and damage reduction versus barbarians. So that means, yeah, your overall odds are getting lower. Well, no, there's no gold gathering speed there, so that's what is divided between the 2. Instrument, you get the same story, basically, exactly the same. Instrument is the same as the scroll, so 17% to get the stats. But on the flag, it's 14.72% for your infantry attack. And you got additional march speed in here, which is a stat that, okay, it's cool, but we generally don't want it. We rather have the attack. And on slot 2 you have march speed as well, but for archers and siege units. So you can conclude that it is much better for infantry to have the march speed, because it replaces the attack. So you get to keep your defense stats. While for archers and for siege, you will lose your defense in trade for the march speed if you go for march speed, right? So that's a little blessing for us inf mains and cavs as well, right? Slot 3, yeah, as you can see, 3.2 all damage, but and 17 as well, right? You got 17 here. So the slot 3 is the same as all the other slots, basically, like 17% from the other ones. But flag is even worse. The slot 1 and 2 are the same as with the, not instrument, but the one other. But no, they're even lower, like 1301% to get infantry health. 13, yeah, all the slots are 13.1% for the emblem, and that's just insane. That's super low compared to the 17%. And your all damage is 2.4% chance, so if you get all damage, the odds of getting are pretty low, which means um, that if you get all damage, lowest is 0.5, highest is 2%. So if you get like 1.2% all damage, keep it. Don't try to get it better. Well, is it better than 3.5% health? Well, I don't know, but the odds of you rolling higher are like very low, 2.4 for all damage. So yeah, I can do. I also have the odds of getting even higher all damage in that case. I will represent to you that later. First, I wanted to know the odds of you getting a legendary armament with a triple inf stat or all damage stat, right? Well, we got the probabilities for, let's say, the scroll armament, 17%, 17% slot 1 and slot 2, 17% slot 3, plus the 3.2 all damage is a 20.2% chance for a good thing, right? So you just simply multiply it and you get 0.585% chance to get a triple stat with either health or all damage. And that's not a lot. So 1 in, let's say, 200. It's pretty rare. For my idea, I get much more than this, but okay, I mean, if they say so. So 0.58% for the upper two scrolls, but the emblem, the chance of you getting a triple stat with either all damage or health are 0.261%. So it's half as much as the other. So emblem is a bit headache, and that's the reason why if you have a triple stat or on an emblem, or if you don't know what to transmute first, emblem is lost, dude. I mean, the odds of you getting good stuff are so much lower. You should try to have your instrument and your scroll. Those are the highest chance of improvement, so you should definitely try to improve the scroll and the instrument first. At least, yeah, instrument is the top right? Okay, so I got this as well. Transmutation, armaments, locking armaments. When are you gonna lock it? People have been fighting about this. They have been discussing it like crazy, and I have the answer for you. The answer is basically simple. You do it right in the middle at 2.5%. Because as you can see here, what I did is you have a 2% difference between 1.5 and 3.5. So that is 21 stats difference. So I divided 1 by 21, which gives you 0.048 per 0.1% up. Okay, so this is the chance of improvement, the number that you see next to the percent chance. So if you have 3% chance, the chance of you improving it is the number behind it times 100. So yeah, that's what you see, 3.4 to 3.5, it's only like 4.8%, assuming that you roll the correct stat. So in fact, you need to multiply it by, let's say, 0.17 for like the first slot. So that's what it says, the explanation. If you have currently 2.5 infantry stat and you re-roll it, somehow it will be guaranteed infantry. There is a 47.6% chance of getting 2.6 attack or higher. Of course, we can also roll cavalry attack, archer attack, siege unit attack, gold gathering speed for that slot, and that is true for all 4 armament types, right? So let's use that in our improvement calculation. For scroll and instrument, there are 5 other stats, and infantry attack a 17% chance to get. So to get an improvement of our 2.5% infantry attack to at least 2.6 infantry or higher, the odds are the odds of getting 2.6 or higher multiplied by the odds of rolling infantry attack, which is 0.476 times 0.17, the odds of getting the infantry stat. And that is 0.08092, which translates to about 8.1% chance of improvement from 2.5 to a higher stat. And that it already includes the odds of you getting the infantry stat. So that's not really worth it, right? And if it is 1.5 percent, right, 1.5 stat, it is just a plain 17% chance of improvement minus 0.048. So like a 16.5% chance of improvement. So that's why you wanna improve the odds or the numbers between 1.5 and 2.5, because that is around 10% or higher increased chance of you improving, right? So if you have a 3% stat, the odds of you improving are very, very low. I'd say, well, I need to do the calculations for it. Maybe I will make a formula that you can actually put the number in, and then you can see it in Discord. I will put that in Discord once I get it, okay? So make sure to join the Discord, and I will explain everything there if I got new data. I will put this document in there as well, which has some interesting features. So make sure to join Discord. It is in the comments down below. Oh yeah, I also got the graph for all damage. So 0.5% is the minimum, 2% is the maximum. Well, that's 16 numbers, so 1 divided by 16 is 0.0625. And then you just divide or smear them out, right? So as you can see here, let's say I have 1% in all damage. There is a 0.6875% chance, no, a 68.75% chance that I roll higher, but as we know, there is only like a 3.2% chance of rolling all damage, so you have to multiply 0.032 by the 0.6 something number that I mentioned, which is like extremely low. There's only like, let's say, a 1% chance, no, probably even, yeah, around a 1% chance to improve your 1% all damage to a higher, so 1.1 or higher all damage, which is just nuts. You don't want to do it. That's why it's better just to keep it. Yeah, but you can also get health, right? I didn't mention that, but you can get health. But once you are like over 1.2% all damage, it's not worth re-rolling it again. So when I have this armament, why should I lock only the defense? And this is a common misconception, is that people lock the 1.5 stats. And recently Chisgul did it in one of his streams. He locked a 1.5% stat, and the reason he gave is because he didn't know if he got something better. He was scared that he didn't get something better and he wanted the triple stat. Okay, some people understand it, but that's bullshit. It is literally bullshit. And I'll explain that here as well. So the attack is pretty low, and the reason why you don't lock the 1.5 and the 2.6 like Chisgul did is for the calculation we need to do both methods of 1, locking both stats like Chisgul did, and hoping for a high health or all damage stat that is better, and then transmute the cav attack later. This costs 5 transmutation stones each time that you do it, and you cannot improve your attack stats until you get a health stat or an all damage stat, ideally above 2.5% or significantly higher than the 1.5% attack. Because if you get 1.5 health, yeah, what then? What are you gonna do now? Yeah, then you need to unlock 1, right? So you want something above 2.5. For this, we lock the attack and defense and gamble for health or all damage. We want to get stats, no matter their heights, because we currently have barb damage, and even 1.5% health would be worth to switch for that. So for this calculation, we do 0.17 time plus 0.032, the odds for all damage, plus the odds for attack, health, is 0.22. Times 100 is a 22% chance to get a cav or all damage stat, which would always be better. So what Chisco is doing, 22% chance to get what he wants, right? To get the stat. And he didn't get it that fast, I think. But a 22% chance of improvement. Okay, that's cool. The other method is leaving the attack open. well, basically, there's still a 22% chance that you get the cav or the cav attack or no health or all damage at the bottom, right? The odds are the same there. You just have extra odds of improving your attack at the same time. Of course, you have the 22% chance to get the health, okay, but then there's a decent chance that you don't get another stat for the attack. But if it's any good, if it's above 2.5%, let's say, it's worth switching. It's already worth switching to the health. If you have 1.6 health, it's already better than the 1.5 attack, right? Okay, so to lock the defense only and have an option of improvement on your attack slot or having the same odds in calculation 1. That's already what I told you. This only costs 3 transmutation stones each time, so it's actually cheaper. And you can improve the attack stats and or unlock the same health stats that you had in option 1. If you unlock the high health stats but no attack stats in that role, you lock the health and keep going for attack stats, which are the easiest to get on an instrument and scroll, since they're both 17% and slot 1 has the least amount of possibilities. That's what I explained earlier on. So let's calculate the odds of getting a higher cav attack stat when locking just the defense. There's a 0.952% chance of improvement if we roll attack, since it was 1.5 and we did 1 divided by 21, which is 0.48. No, 0.048, and we reduce that by 1 minus that is the 0.952 that you see there, times the odds of us getting the attack stat, right, 70%, is 16.8184% of improvement. So you get in that slot a 16.184% chance of attack improvement, and meanwhile in the other slot you have the, what was it, 22% chance of improvement to the cav all damage stats, right? Yeah, I'd take that any day. I mean, the odds of just getting 1 or improving 1 are higher than just locking both, right? So the odds of you having both, so both the health and an improvement on your attack, are 3.56%, which is pretty okay, assuming that normally you have like a 22% chance for just the health or all damage one, and you have the 16% for the other one. So those odds, the 22 and the 16, will still stay the same, right? So for if you get one or the other, it still stays the same, right? So it is just literally better to leave it open, to leave the attack open. And if you get, in the next run, if you get like a 3% attack, lock it, and then roll for the health, which is still 22% then, or all damage, right? So yeah, don't always follow the mainstream streamers, and yeah, sometimes just think for yourself, calculate for yourself. It is better to do at 2.5 or higher. If you want a 10% chance, you can also lock at like 2.3. I gotta recalculate that, but I think it was at 2.3%. There is a 10% chance of improvement. I also wanted to do one calculation, which was what Chisco said about reaching 1 on that pity system. And the whole calculation was good until I discovered that Lilith messed something up. Because in short, okay, I'll do it in short. Never mind, this is something else. This is something cool. When do you unlock your first rare or special inscription on average, right? This is just a percent chance that you do this. I was very interested in this, and I wanted to know, like, what are the odds if I do like 100 pulls? What are the odds of getting a legendary inscription or a blue inscription, right? And for this math, I could not include the 1 in 150 system, right? Because it's very hard, almost impossible to implement that in a formula, which I did and will show you later. But it was a bit messed up, and Lilith messed up there. This is the formula for special inscriptions. P success within 10 pulls, minus the odds of getting 1 in one single turn, a legendary inscription. which you can find on Lilith website and that I showed earlier. And there is in 10 pools there's a 0.83% chance, and for like 1,000 pools you have, what was it? I forgot, I couldn't see. Gotta pause the stream and try it again. For rare pools, I got all the data over here. 63% for in 100 pools that you get a rare inscription, which is, I think that's pretty much true, right? I usually make it to like 120, so on the PT system, around 30 remaining, 20 remaining between those, I get my rare inscription, because Lilith doesn't really give special inscriptions. Ratio between rare and special, on average, like you can also view Lilith data, but 9 rares, then you get 1 special. Again, this is just Lilith's data and I did calculations with it. I don't know the actual data, like if we collect governor data, if it's the same, but I assume so. I think I should try the one remaining system. I think I will put it in the next upload since this one is getting way too long. So yeah, tomorrow probably, or maybe tonight in the evening, I will upload that. But the results I already give you that is that either I did something very wrong, which I don't think so, or Lilith's data is messed up, which, well, I think so. Anyways, if you enjoyed so far and learned something new, which I bet you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And, well, don't forget to share the video if you still can, because, well, sharing would help me and would help others learn new stuff about armaments. Yeah, subscribe. I already told you that. Join Discord, which is in the link in the comments. I will put the file there as well. So in short, what did we learn? Well, we learned about why you should not log 1.5% stats or low stats. When you should log them is also something we learned. We learned the probability of getting a rare or special inscription in 100 pools, for example. And we also learned that it's better to not, or to wait with inscribing, or not inscribing, I mean transmutating the left bottom and right bottom, so that's like flag and the emblem, because their stats, the stats that you want, the odds of you getting them are way lower. For sure the emblem, it's crazy. So yeah, rather do the scroll and the instrument are way better to transmute first. Let the questions know in the comments and I'll see you later. Bye.